Welcome to Llanberis and to the slopes of Snowdon for this, the 29th International Snowdon Race. The race of 10 miles, rising nearly 1,000 metres, 979 metres to be exact, from the shores of Lake Padan down there in Llanberis, and it's a good day for the race, Tim Lloyd.
It's a fantastic race. Yeah, should have some good competition today. There's a lot of international runners here as well as the top runners from the UK, so hopefully we'll have some good close racing.
There's about 450 runners representing 6 nations in 6 different classes. We've got men and women's internationals, men and women's open, and men and women's veterans. The record for the race was set in 1985 by Kenny Stewart, an amazing 1 hour, 2 minutes and 29 seconds. But Tim, we won't be seeing that broken today, I don't think.
No, it's unlikely that the record will get broken today. The route has changed very slightly at the summit, where they used to run up the railway track and onto the top, but now they have to run up the footpath, which is a bit zigzaggy, so it'll take them a little bit longer.
And here they come, out of the village. That's number 14, Rob Hope, from Franco Torresani, leading that group. Some of the locals taking a little shortcut. This first 3/4 of a mile to a mile on tarmac, Tim, it can get difficult.
Yeah, it's a very fast start. They run very fast out of the field and along Victoria Terrace, which they are now. And then very quickly it'll start to climb on the tarmac. You'll see it soon, where they have to climb very steeply. And you probably won't get the impression of how steep it is on the TV, but it is a very hard start. And so these guys will have had to do quite a substantial warm-up this morning, maybe half an hour, 45 minutes warming up before they get onto the mountain itself.
We can see them leading the way out there, out of the village, up towards Pencainant. There are 4 men amongst these who've run every race so far, 29 races. That's Peter Coleman, 5.75, Phil Jones, 5.28, Malcolm Jones, 5.27, and Harvey Lloyd, 7.55. As they come out past Pencainant Cafe, it's the Frenchman Racon in the lead, with Silvio Gatti, the Italian, on his shoulder, and Pascal Theobald with him as well. And I think that's Alan Vaughan in amongst that leading group, which is good for him, Tim.
Yeah, it's good to see Alan Vaughan. Alan Vaughan, of course, is from Llanberis, a local boy, and last year and the year before he was very disappointed with his performance on the Snowdon Race, so I know that he's hoping to make amends this year. It's nice to see him pushing hard from the start there at the front of the race.
And as they come out of the village towards the mountain, again it's the Frenchman Julien Racon, number 23 in front, followed closely there by Alan Vaughan, local boy, and then it's Pascal Theobald, another Frenchman, leading out of Llanberis. You can see them there snaking back along the road as they head up out of the village towards the mountain track. From that leading group of internationals, they'll be hoping for times about an hour and 5 minutes, hour and 6 minutes.
I should think so. About 1 hour 5 is what it's been running the last couple of years. Probably just over 40 minutes at the summit, and then a very fast descent back down into the village. Tim Davis also at the front there, which is good to see. Tim's had a bit of a difficult night last night, where he had a barn fire on his farm, and so he's been working late in the night dealing with that. So it's good to see that he's also up there with the front runners, because obviously that might affect his performance today.
So it's 2 Frenchmen, 2 Welshmen and an Italian in that leading group of 5. From left to right, it's Theobald, Racon, Alan Vaughan and Tim Davis. The front 4, Silvio Gatti and Franco Torresani in 5th and 6th as they lead their way out. And here they come off the tarmac. They'll be glad to get onto the mountain proper as they go through the gate. This doesn't mean much, but let's see who's first onto the mountain itself. It's the Frenchman Racon, followed by Tim Davis, Alan Vaughan and Pascal Theobald. Theobald there, a bus driver from Paris. Tim Davis, a local farmer, and Racon, the unemployed sports teacher. And they're running quite easily, Tim.
Yeah, and they'll be pleased to get off the tarmac and onto the mountain, because mountain running is what they enjoy doing. So it's nice for them to get off the tarmac and onto the hill. And because the conditions are fantastic today, it's not too hot, but it's dry, and that's exactly how they want it.
A little bit of wind perhaps, but nice and cool. And they're going quite easily. That front 3, Racon, Davis and Vaughan, moving away. That's Gatti coming right in the bottom left of your picture there, leading the second group. Brooks, Gatti, Theobald, Torresani. And as they make their way up and towards the first checkpoint, which will be on halfway, we can see from this shot here how that road is snaking up the side of the mountain.
Yeah, and they don't get any rest at all on Snowdon. It's a very difficult mountain. It's a steady climb all the way up. You can see from that shot there how the footpath climbs very steadily.
It is Rakon moving up. John Brooks, the Scotsman, moving up through the field as well. But Rakon now has broken away from that group of Welshmen he was with.
Yeah, he's putting in a good performance. We don't really know, before the race we didn't know what to expect from some of the foreign internationals. This is one of the guys that we didn't really know very much about, but he's obviously a very strong uphill runner. It'll be interesting to see how good he is on the descent. He's going well at this point. He's looking very comfortable as well.
Yeah, we'll see what his time is at halfway, but at present it's Rakon leading from Brooks of Scotland, Theobald of France, Davis of Wales, Gatti of Italy and Vaughan of Wales. He's going nicely.
Yeah, he'll be enjoying the conditions, and you can see there's a lot of tourists on the footpath, which is great support for the runners, but sometimes it's quite difficult for them when there's a lot of them and they can get in the way.
Rakon gets a halfway time of 20 minutes 17 seconds. Brooks 20 minutes 38 seconds. So there's not a lot in it, and this is Rakon at the bottom of Athmosis. This was a cafe. He used to sell drinks to gentry who walked to the summit over 100 years ago. It's been demolished well over 100 years. But now it's simply a steep hill which tests all the runners. That's Ian Holmes there, a bit further back, coming up to halfway, and Rob Hope of England A, and 2 Italians following him. This Athmosis, Tim, this does test every runner in the race.
It does. This is a very difficult part of the course. You can see there how steep it is, and it's also very rough underfoot, which makes it quite difficult for them. But probably if you were to pick out one point which is the most difficult part of the race, then this would be it. You can see, again, it's a good angle there, and you can see it just at the back there, there's somebody beginning to walk, which shows that even these top internationals, they do find it very difficult on this steep terrain.
It's steep, it's loose rock, it's uneven steps. It's everything a runner doesn't want, and here we are a bit further back, coming towards halfway.
Yeah, there's Gwynfor Owen going through there. He's an ex-Welsh international. He'll be looking to do well in the over 50s category today. And
as we can see, that's Julian Rakon leading them up Athmosis, and as our camera pulls back, you can see what's awaiting them as they get up there to Clogwyn Station, where they cross under the Snowdon Mountain Railway and make their way. And this is the summit, as we can see, shrouded in mist. All the walkers there, all warmly wrapped up, but no such comforts for the runners. This is Rakon coming up to the top, number 23. John Brooks, Scotsman, number 3. Silvio Gatti, number 9. All still going well.
Yeah, and Alan Vaughan there, still looking very comfortable. He's back in 4th place now. He's looking good, and he'll be quite pleased at the moment. I'm sure he's running the race just the way that he wants to. I think he's got everything under control at the moment. And of course, these runners won't mind the mist at the top. That'll be quite cooling for them, which will be quite comfortable. Quite
relaxing after they get there. We're expecting them to get to the top in about 40 minutes. The record was set in 1995 by Rob Bryson, 39:47. Here we see Rakon still well in the lead, but getting to the top first doesn't mean much. It's they say it's a race that's won on the way down.
Yeah, and very interestingly, the international runners tend not to be so good on the descending as the British runners. So I wouldn't expect these places to stay as they are by the time we get to the finish of the race.
We saw Ian Holmes there, a man who's won it twice before, just slipping as he came up Athmosis. And this is Julian Rakon, and that amazing piece of rock behind him is Clogwyn Ras. He's still running quite nicely and going there. That puffing and panting is not him, that's the train that he's just about. Whoops, oh my word, that was very close. He's just going to go under the train track.
Yeah, he's still looking very comfortable. All these guys are looking quite good at the moment. John Brooks has made a very good climb there. He's got himself up into 2nd place, which is a very good performance.
Little look behind there, that's Silvio Gatti, the Italian. We'll expect to see him amongst the leaders. And this is Alan Vaughan, the local lad, number 32. Running very well, good race coming up the back there. That's Tim Davis, won it the last 2 years.
Yeah.
Not too happy with Tim.
I don't think Tim's looking as good as he'd like to. I would expect him to be up at least with Alan, or possibly even in front of Alan. So Tim Davis not going as well as we'd hoped.
There we see Rakon having crossed under the railway track, and he's going up the other side now. Not far for him to go, and then it'll be the descent. This is Father Franco Torresani, he's a Catholic priest in Marbegno. He could run as a veteran if he wanted to, but is actually competing in the international class. So Ian Holmes, number 12. That's Novak, the Slovenian, in the yellow jersey there.
Yeah, it's nice to see the Slovenians have come over to support the Snowdon Race as well. This is a very good international field this year.
That gives you some idea of the gradients. of this athleticism, and here we are, some of the strugglers. We're still amongst the top 20 runners here.
Yeah, these are very good international, well, ex-internationals, and they're good, very good club runners. You know, they're not going slow, but it's just so steep, this climb, that they really have to work hard.
Here we see the mist is on the summit. Racon should be arriving pretty soon, and here he comes, all the way up. Marshall's just showing him the way.
Yeah, he's trying to get a little shook in there. Very good performance that from the Frenchman to get to the top first.
Let's see now what his time's going to be at the top. And Racon reaches the top at 42 minutes and 8 seconds. But as we say, the race is won on the way down. Let's see how he gets down back to Llanberis. And that's John Brooks there, trying to steal a few yards at the summit. Here the race is on. He's after Julien Racon from France, who got to the summit in 42 minutes and 8 seconds. And that's John Brooks in 42 minutes 53. Silvio Gatti from Italy in 42.58. And let's see who's next. This is the Welshman, Alan Vaughan, who's getting up very well. Wait for his time. He's up in 43.33. He has a quick look at his watch. That's a good time for Alan Vaughan, Tim Lloyd.
It's very good, much better performance than what he did last year. And this race is by no means won yet. The Frenchman there in the lead on the way down, but he's still got a long way to go. And some of these British runners will be expected to make some time up on the descent.
As we can see, Racon there going down. Oh, and this is Gatti, has already passed John Brooks. So we saw Racon going down. This is Gatti now going down Atmos. As we can see, there's some traffic there. We've got runners coming up, we've got tourists and walkers. It's pretty difficult going down there.
Yeah, and just look at the speed that these guys are running downhill. When you consider that it's very steep, it's incredibly rough underfoot, and they've got to contend with all the people on the way up the mountain as well. It's really impressive to see how fast they can run downhill.
This is Father Franco Torresani. He's got a reason to go down. He's got a service in Llanberis tomorrow morning. And that's Ian Holmes getting to the summit in 44 minutes, which is a little bit faster than last year. He got up in 44.34 last year.
Yeah, and Holmes was third on the race last year and second in 2002, so he'll be wanting to push hard on the way down as well.
It's the Slovenian Bostajan Novak, and we are down at the bottom of Atmos, and this is Julien Racon, who's on his way. That's Ian Holmes flashing through the frame. Now then, this is Massimiliano Zanaboni, number 35 from Italy, and that's Rob Hope from England A coming down at the top of Atmos on the way. We're back at the summit. This is Matthew Whitfield, who's the first non-international to reach the summit. He's there in 44 minutes 42 seconds. But this is a race that's won on the way down, isn't it, Tim?
Yeah, definitely. Like I say, the international runners are very, very good on the way up, but not so good on the way down. So the Frenchman there still looking very comfortable, but I would expect some of the British runners, the English and the Welsh, to catch him up on the way back down. Yeah,
we can see Gatti there, who's on the way after him. He was only something like 5 or 6 seconds behind him. Racon having a look behind. And we're back at the summit, and this is the first woman to the summit. This is Claire Whitehead of Scotland. She's got to the summit in 50 minutes and 46 seconds.
That's a very good time for a women's time to the summit. That she's due to set a good time for the race, I would say.
And here we are at the bottom of Atmos now. It's 194. It's William Levitt from Bedford and County AC. It's a difficult run, we know. And this is Gatti and Racon now, and they're neck and neck, aren't they?
Yeah, the Italians caught him up there, and if you look just to the right-hand side of your screen, I'm sure that's an English runner who's coming into the shot there.
So they're coming towards halfway. We'll get some split times on them here. And that's Ian Holmes that's coming to third place. He's made up some amazing time.
Ian Holmes, he's had a fantastic descent, and just like I expected, I thought that somebody might come through and show us that they are faster on the way down than we were on the way up.
Racon and Gatti come through halfway at 53.11. Dead, both of them.
Yeah, and neither of them wanted to give any way. And when you consider that this is a 5-mile descent and they're running each mile at about 4 minutes a mile, then they're really flying on the way down. It's incredible performance.
Holmes has come through halfway 10 seconds behind them, which is amazing when you consider how far he was behind. I think he was something like 9th to the summit.
Yeah, he's made up 2 minutes on the descent already, so that really is a good performance. There he is. You can see he's looking very comfortable as well, so expect something special from Ian Holmes today.
And that's Alan Vaughan in 4th coming through.
Also looking very comfortable, so that's good to see the Welshman moving up the field too.
He came through halfway in 53 minutes 32 seconds, 21 seconds off the leader. We can see them now. It's Racon and Gatti neck and neck. With Holmes, he's visibly catching them up with every stride.
He's really on fire now. He's flying down the hill, and Alan, of course, is running at a similar speed just behind him. So this is going to turn out to be an interesting race as we get lower down the mountain.
Certainly a race between four now as they come towards Halfway Bridge. We can see the easy way up the mountain there with the Snowdon Mountain Railway, but it's Racon just about from Gatti, with Holmes closing, and we should see Alan Vaughan to the right of your picture as they come towards the Halfway Bridge.
Yeah, it's certainly easier to go up on the train, but nowhere near as fast, because these guys get up and down the mountain faster than it takes a train to get up. So
we're now at the bottom of Osmosis. You can see all these loose stones. This is what these runners have got to contend with on their way down.
Yeah, and you can see the guy nearly tripping there as he came past. It really is tricky running down this rough terrain.
That's 177, Daniel Wynne-Jones from Broad Sunny. Must be breaking some of their hearts to see these guys almost home when you're only halfway up. And it's Racon from Gatti and Holmes. Yeah,
they're absolutely flying down here. It's really great to see the level of competition this year, and to see that the race is so close. You know, it's always better to see close racing than it is to see somebody running out way in front.
So it's still Racon from Gatti and Holmes. They've passed the halfway mark on their way home. They'll be coming off the mountain soon. This is Claire Whitehead coming to the bottom of Osmosis.
Yeah, she's still going well, so she's looking to put a good time, probably under 120, I would think.
And Holmes has passed Gatti. Holmes has passed Gatti, so it's now France, England and Italy. It's Racon from Holmes and Gatti in a very tight group of three there.
Yeah, let's just see what happens now. Has Ian Holmes pushed it too hard at the first half of the descent, and will he be able to keep going at the bottom half? We'll just have to wait and see. Alan Vaughan, of course, still going well. You can just see him in the background there.
But certainly the Frenchman is doing well. This is his first time on Snowdon. We're now back at the bottom of Osmosis. Oh my word, that's 120. Who's that? That's Herman Baez. Doesn't seem any of the worse.
Well, no, I expect to see quite a few of them today, quite a few people falling on the way down.
It's always worse when it's dry, I'm told.
Yeah, because you're tempted to run faster in the dry. When it's wet, you probably take it a little bit easier just because the rock's slippery, but in the dry, you really push on hard.
Racon there having a look to see how far Holmes is behind him, and the answer is not very far as they come through Hebron Gate. It's Racon with Holmes right on his shoulder, followed by Gatti, the Italian, and Alan Vaughan seems to have disappeared.
Yeah, well, Holmes is just making his move there. He's just moved into first place. I'm sure that he's going to push on now and see if he can open a bit of a gap between himself and the Frenchman.
And here he comes, and Holmes is passing Racon, and here he is. He's in the lead now. This is Ian Holmes. He's won it twice before. He won it in 93 and he won it in 97, and he's now certainly looking favourite here. He's passed Racon, the Frenchman. So it's Holmes in first, Racon second, and Gatti third. This is Holmes coming off the track. Is he allowed to do this?
Yeah, he can take a shortcut. He can take wherever the fastest route is down, and he's decided that it's probably a bit more comfortable for him to run on the grass than it is on the footpath, so he's taking a quick shortcut there. And look at how much of a gap he's opened in a short time. He's really pushing now.
And it's Racon coming off and following in Holmes' footsteps there, taking that little shortcut. And this is Holmes coming off the mountain.
Yeah, and of course, if Holmes win this race, then he'll become the first man ever to have won the Snowdon Race 3 times, not Tim Davis, which is what we were expecting at the start of the race.
Holmes having a quick look behind there to see, and here's what he saw. It's Julien Racon, the unemployed sports teacher from Saint-Etienne, who also has a quick look to see who's behind him as he comes off the mountain, and it's Alan Vaughan, who's passed Silvio Gatti.
Right, and you can see the Frenchman there not looking as fast as Ian Holmes or as Alan Vaughan, so there's a good chance that Alan Vaughan may even get himself up to the Frenchman here.
Now they're on this very steep descent into Llanberis on the tarmac. This, you can see there, you can see Ian Holmes leaning back into that hill. This must be hurting his thighs, Tim.
This is very punishing, not only on the legs but on the feet as well. Your feet get so hot when you run down this steep tarmac road. It's very difficult. You see a lot of people with very bad blisters at the end of the race because of running down this tarmac so fast.
But certainly Ian Holmes, the master of the descent today, he was 9th to the summit and he's well in the lead now. Racon coming second. We can see Alan Vaughan, the local lad, running into Llanberis here. Racon having a look behind him to see how, and look at Vaughan catching him up. Yeah. This is very close.
Vaughan's got the bit between his teeth now, and here's Ian Holmes coming in towards the finish. So Ian Holmes has had a storming descent, absolutely amazing performance.
And Vaughan has passed Racon, so it's now Ian Holmes, Alan Vaughan from Wales, and Julien Racon from France. But Racon is coming back, and it's now neck and neck between Alan Vaughan and Racon as they come back into the village. They're passing the Victoria Hotel, and Racon has retaken second place. And he's now moving off from Alan Vaughan as they go through the village. All the traffic has been stopped, of course, for the runners to come through. And this is Ian Holmes looking behind him. He knows he's pretty much got this record-breaking third win on the Snowdon Mountain Race as he comes in through the village and back into the field to the applause of all the spectators.
Yeah, and he'll be a happy man. He'll be €1,000 richer after this race today, so that's a really good performance for Ian Holmes, and be very, very happy. First man ever to have won this 3 times.
And he's been given the Cross of St George there as he comes in. As we said, he's not near Kenny Stewart's time. We'll see what his time is now. It's 1 hour, 5 minutes, 38 seconds.
Very, very good performance. I'm well impressed with that. And the Frenchman coming in second now, just got past Alan. It's a bit of a shame, but Alan Vaughan will be very, very happy with his performance as well.
Ian Holmes has knocked nearly 1.5 minutes off his time from last year. And here he is, Julien Racon, coming home second place in 1 hour and 6 minutes, 4 seconds. And the local lad, Alan Vaughan, so the cheers of the crowd crosses in 1 hour and 6 minutes, 12 seconds. That's nearly 6 minutes off his time from last year.
Yeah, he'll be very happy with that. Local hero, Alan Vaughan, a fantastic performance.
And here he is, Tim Davis now coming through past the Victoria Hotel. He must be bitterly disappointed, Tim.
Tim will be gutted with this. He won't be happy at all. You know, he was here. He wanted to come today and win the race. He was made it perfectly clear that he was going for the hat trick, and unfortunately, that's not going to happen this year for him.
This is William Levitt.
Now that's a very good run. He's an Englishman running in a club vest, so he's not an English international. He's the second Englishman to come across the finish, so very good performance from him.
Signs of blood there on. He's obviously taken a fall. So here they come into the field. This is Tim Davis coming home in 4th.
Yeah, again a very popular person with the crowd here in Llanberis. Tim Davis, having won it last year and the year before, but he won't be happy. I think he won't be partying tonight, I don't think.
Coming home in 1 hour and 7 minutes 14 seconds, and this is Massimiliano Zanaboni from Italy, in 1 hour, 7 minutes and 21 seconds.
Yeah, the first Italian to cross the line, because this race has a good relationship with Italian runners.
And this is the first woman home. This is number 61. We saw her at the summit. This is Claire Whitehead of Scotland, coming home in 1 hour and 18 minutes.
That's a very good time for the women. It's probably about 7 or 8 minutes faster than last year's winning time, just in front of her Gwynfor Owen from Llanberis, another local man. So very good performance there from Claire.
I was pleased with the descent. It's where I catch people on the descent. I was 9th to the summit, so but there was not a very big gap, so it's on the descent where I make my move. So it makes a difference to be nice and cool today. Usually it's baking hot. Usually have to go swimming in the Padan afterwards, but today it makes a danger. It's nice and cool.
There we are then, confirmation of Ian Holmes' victory there for England A, in 1 hour and 5 minutes and 38 seconds. Followed by Julien Racon of France, Alan Vaughan of Wales, Tim Davis of Wales, and Massimiliano Zanaboni of Italy.